everybody. Once again, this is Joshua Hemmer. I'm a sales operations manager here at Sucuri. A little bit about me if you haven't seen the other webinars. I've been here for about 4 years. Once again, sales operation manager, married to a beautiful wife with 2 little girls, and I love games, video games, board games, even security is a game. So let's have some fun and learn a little something. So today we're going to go over hacker motivation, the age-old question of why me, why your single-page site is important to secure, and easy and cheap prevention tips. So that brings the question, why me? Why were you targeted? Well, why are hackers targeting you? Why are hackers hacking? Well, money. There's a lot of money out there. Redirects can give them money. There are some black hat SEO companies out there that, boost your SEO ranking by hacking other sites. Not saying it's common, but they are out there. Pharmaceutical hacks, of course, the ever popular Viagra hacks. Crypto mining is a big one right now. So they can use your server's resources to mine for Bitcoin, or there's data theft out there. Why else do they hack? Well, they do it for credibility. Of course, they can hack the sites and show their friends, hey, look what I did, or show the different hackers in the community, hey, look, my name's on that site. Maybe they do it, well, just for the lulz. They do it because it's fun. They find a little secret or a tip and they can go in there and just hack it. So one of the big questions and one of the big thought processes out there is that the hackers are out there looking for you. They target the sites individually. So my site's not important. They're not going to target my site, so I don't have to worry about it. But that's just a myth. The truth is that it's bots. If you look, 21.8% of the traffic out there are bad bots. 20.4% are good bots. Just taking a look at that, that means that 42% of the traffic out there is bots. It's almost half of the traffic on the internet is just computers. These hackers, do they target sites? I'm sure some of them do, but for the most part, it's just bots that are sent out there looking for vulnerabilities, and when they find one, that's when the hackers come in and attack. So who gets targeted? Well, the low-hanging fruit. Humans, what are we like to pick the path of least resistance, right? So the hackers are the same way. They're going to go after whatever is the easiest to obtain. And if we take a look at some sites, you've got your mom and pop website, right? These are the ones built at home or by a small developer. They're left alone. They're not managed. There's no security. Maybe if there is security, it's a small free plugin. And on the other side of that, you got the big business website. They're built by a large team. They're managed. They have a plan for updates. They have a test site, a live site. The security is there. It's always up to date. And they pay for protection. They've got an in-house team protecting the site. So if you had these 2 sites and both of them could make you money, which site would you attack? I don't know about you, but it's going to take me a heck of a lot less time to probably target that mom and pop site than it would be to target Walmart's site. There's going to be easier for me to get that vulnerability on the mom and pop site. So the path of least resistance, mom and pop websites, those small websites. So that brings us to, well, come on, I'm not made of money. What am I supposed to do here? I got to protect my sites. I got to do something, but I can't throw tons of money at it. I don't make the money that Walmart makes. So, there's different things. You've got backups, you've got plugins, you've got the web application firewalls, updates, all of this stuff. But let's look at them a little bit more closely. So backups. Big key here for the backups is rolling off-site backups. And I'm going to say it again, off-site. So I can't tell you how many times when we go to clean a site, we see a backup folder right on the web, the host. Horrible idea. If I'm in there and I'm playing around and I'm hacking your site and your backups are sitting right there in the same folder, Yeah, I'm just going to upload some malware into the backups too. And when you restore, you're restoring my malware. Fantastic. Thank you. You got to get them off site. And the nice part is there's tons of plugins out there for WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, all those. They all have backup plugins. Some of them are free. You could download it right to your own computer to a different server. You can pay companies to do it. Of course, I'm going to say, hey, come to Sucuri, we'll do it for you. We offer backups for $5 a month, and it's a 90-day rolling backup. So if you need to go back 15 days, we got it for you. If you need to go back 19 days, we got it. You need to go back 3 months, we got it for you. No, it's an add-on. It's not something that we do by itself. You got to have one of our other products, but it is an option out there. What else can we do? We can get some security plugins, right? The plugins out there, there's tons of security plugins. Our plugin, which of course I know the most about, is a free plugin for WordPress. And it monitors simple changes. If you update WordPress, is it going to alert you? Absolutely. The files have changed. So it's going to tell you, hey, the files changed. And if you go, well, I just updated WordPress, well, makes sense. Files changed. But if you haven't touched it in like 2 months, haven't done anything, and all of a sudden you're getting alerts that files changed, that may be a key. I may want to restore to a backup, or I may want to take a look and see what's going on there. Once again, knowledge is power here. What else can we do? Well, firewall, a way for a web application firewall. So there are tons of firewalls out there, okay? Everybody's got a firewall. Your host has a firewall. Heck, if you're watching this video, I guarantee you there's a firewall on your computer, and you probably even have a second firewall that's your router, your modem in the other room, okay? They're both firewalls, but they're both designed for different things. Your host's firewall is designed to protect the server. Your site is not the server. It's completely different. So because a firewall on your computer won't protect your website because it's designed differently. Different things attack computers than websites. A web application firewall is designed to protect your website. Most of them, they're inexpensive. Our plans start at $10 a month, go up from there. But any kind of web application firewall is going to help you out. It'll protect your site. If it's a good firewall, even if your site's out of date, it'll virtually patch your site for you, and that way you can take your time for your updates. They're relatively easy to install, and at $10 a month, they're pretty inexpensive. I'm going to flash back to one of our other webinars that we did not too long ago about cross-site contamination. Guys, if you're just protecting one site on your host with a web application firewall, all those other sites are just backdoors. So you want to make sure you protect every site on your host. So what else? Update. Updates are fantastic, and you'll hear us say this over and over again in our blog posts, online and tweets, and on all of our webinars. Keep your stuff up to date. However, you got to have an update plan, okay? How often are you checking for updates? Just saying that my site's up to date, how often do you check that? Do you have a system in place for it? Do you have somebody whose job is to check it every 10 days? Or maybe it's your job. Do you have a calendar reminder to make sure you check for updates? And do you just hit a button to update it? Or do you have a test site that you update first, see if it breaks anything? And if it doesn't break anything, then you update your main site. And if you're using a test site, do you have a web application firewall that is in place that protects your site for those 10, 15 days until you update your main site? Because during that time, basically when a security update comes out, what it's doing is saying, hey guys, we have a vulnerability on our stuff. Hey, everybody out there, vulnerability. And if you're not updating it right away, they just announced that these are the vulnerabilities we patch. So anybody who's out of date, guess what? These are the vulnerabilities you can use. And in there with the update plan, I threw in a password manager because, it's funny to me. I'm still seeing passwords out there that are ABC123 or password. I think there's an old hacker movie that said the most common passwords are like love, God, sex. They're still being used. Heck knows why. I put in this old password. This is one that a company I used to work for a long time ago said, you know what? We're going to make everybody's password their last name, their first initial, and a number. Hammer J1. Hey, it's easy to remember, right? Well, guys out there, there's password managers out there. 1Password is one of them. The one that a lot of us here at Sucuri use is LastPass. They're easy. LastPass is the one I use, so I know more about it, but $12 a year and you can sync it with your phone, keep all of your passwords on your phone. I don't even know what my passwords are. They're this weird combination of letters, numbers, symbols, all that are like 20 to 30 digits long that are impossible to crack, but impossible to remember. So LastPass is my key for all of those. So hopefully this gives you an idea here that the why me question, it wasn't you. It was path of least resistance. Once again, since this will be my last webinar for a little while, I want to give out some more prizes. So I picked at random 5 people from today. I'm going to go ahead and shoot you out a website firewall trial. Jose Clito, Julie Vargo, Kunal Gupta, Paul Fieo, Adrina Baduna. Not only did I botch your names, but I will get an email to you and shoot out that firewall trial. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, wisecracks, send them to me. I'm happy to answer all of them for you.
Thank you very much, Josh. Yeah, we do have questions coming in. I'll try my best to be as quick as possible in calling them out, and then you can respond. So the first one is, does web host matter when it comes to who gets hacked?
Not really. I mean, there are web hosts out there that's managed hosting. Managed hosting is most likely going to be better at securing your website than just a regular host. But then again, you're paying managed hosting a lot more than a regular host. So I would hope that a managed host has a better handle on security for your website. Does that mean they do? Well, once again, fingers crossed. I hope so, but can't say for sure.
Perfect. Next question here is a bit longer, so I'm going to read it out. Are hackers out there just looking for the easy stuff, then combing the web hours a day so they can pick a site?
They use bots for it. They write a script that says, hey, I want you to go through Google search for this keyword and just scan the top 1,000 sites under that keyword, find out how many are using this version of WordPress, how many are using this version of Joomla, how many are using this version of Drupal or whatever that they have a toolkit for. And this bot goes out there and does it, and it just scans all these websites, and it comes back and it says there's 20 hits. Well, now I've got 20 sites that I can go and hack. Or they can even script that point. If you see a hit, then just go ahead and use this exploit to upload this file and then start hacking the sites. Does that mean that they're all random? No, there are targeted hacks out there where the people get a bug up their butt and they say, you know what, I am going to hack this company and I'm going to get this information and I'm going to do it. But those are less common than just a random hack that's out there, which is why every site needs to be secured. Otherwise, you're going to get hit with one of those random hacks.
Yeah, that was exactly one of the questions coming in, if all attacks are random. And you just answered that. The next one here is, let me see, Jack is asking, is my website a target if a particular CMS or service runs on it? And should I stay away from specific scenarios?
Not really. Obviously, WordPress is going to get hacked more, and the reason the reason behind that is because it has a larger market share. If we look at just like computers, Windows versus Mac, is Mac unhackable? Absolutely not. However, do you hear about Mac being attacked as often? No. And the reason being is because more people use Windows. If more people use a product, then I'm going to target that product because guess what? There's more of a chance for me to get a hit. So if you keep it up to date, believe it or not, WordPress is a very, very secure platform. The problem is that a lot of people use it and then they forget about it. They leave it up there for months on end, and now it's easy to hack, and we know there's millions of sites out there with it, so let's target it. Same with Joomla, same with Drupal. Obviously, the ones that are harder to update, well, those are going to give you more problems, because when a patch does come out, if you don't update right away, you're in trouble. As far as scenarios, no, not really. It's like I said, it's just random. It's just whether or not you're one of the lucky few that the bots found.
Lucky few.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have time for one more, but actually it's kind of a longer question, but I know you can manage everything. So the question is, if hackers run a script, I mean, you mentioned that in the other replies you had. If a hacker runs a script to find my backups folder, will it help if I rename it, even if it's stored in my public HTML container? I'm going to let you answer that.
So I'm sorry, Val, can you repeat that one more time?
Sure. So if the hackers run a script to find his backups folder, will it help if the folder is renamed instead of backups being, I don't know, something random, even if it is stored in the public HTML container of the server?
What you're talking about is security through through hiding it. And will it work? It may or it may not. I mean, a backup is usually a zip file. So if I see a zip file, that's going to clue me in that that's most likely a backup. Very few other things are going to be zipped in a website. Off-site is the key here. And once again, we'll go back to the scripts. If it's a file on a computer and a script sees it and says, hey, I can inject code into here, it's going to do it. It doesn't care if it's a zip file or if it's a backup or if it's the main site. It's just going to inject the code into it. And then when you extract it, the code's still going to be there. So even if you named it anything you wanted, it wouldn't matter. It's still going to get hit with that code.
So even if the folder name is "this is not a backup,"
right? Even if it's "this is not a backup," keep out personal. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's going to get hit. And I agree. I love how secure my site, or how secure is my website. That's awesome. 1 minute for Hammer J1 to be hacked. Yes, way to go, collection company I used to work for.
Thank you so much, Josh. And yeah, that's pretty much what we had for the short webinar today. Thanks to everyone who was watching today with us. Congratulations to the winners Josh picked. I'm sure Josh will follow up via email with you. And of course, as we mentioned in the beginning, if maybe you didn't join right from the beginning, we will be having the video recording of this webinar available on the same page you register on in the following days. Also, we will be having the slides there, also a full transcript, so you can come back and read it all, even if you miss some parts of this. Again, Josh, thank you very much. I'm going to let you say goodbye to the people here, and I'm going to be heading out now. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for joining me again, guys. I'm not going to be doing the next one. We're going to hand it off to somebody else. I believe we're going to be doing a dashboard walkthrough. I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But fantastic. Thanks for joining me. I hope you had fun over the past couple of weeks, learned a little bit of something. And guys, we do these webinars for you. So if you have a topic that you'd love to see, please let us know. We'd be happy to do a webinar on it. You can shoot an email to myself, Joshua at Sucuri.net, or at info@sucuri.net, and with a webinar idea, and we'd be happy to take a look at it. So hope you guys have a fantastic day, and remember, secure your sites.
Awesome, and be safe. Goodbye, everyone.